Colin, just tickling that bass. You're watching Two Brains React. This brain is Liv.
And this brain is Marlon.
And today is day 5 of quarantine specials.
Mm-hmm.
And we're doing our favourite Radiohead songs.
Mm-hmm.
The best band ever.
Top 5.
Top 5 favourite Radiohead songs.
Yes.
And we are both Radiohead stans.
Yes.
Are we not? We've both got Radiohead tattoos.
Yes.
Yes.
But we're coming from different angles.
Yeah, it's like the reverse of Kendrick.
It is the reverse.
Yeah.
So I grew up with Radiohead. I
Yeah.
started listening with the Bends, and then I listened to OK Computer, and then I listened to... So, like, I had the chronological order. I was into them way back when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Whereas Marlon's
I started when I was, 15. When I was, 15, I heard In Rainbows. So In Rainbows was the first Radiohead album, and then I worked my way back.
Right, yeah. So we're just coming from different angles again. So I think that's going to show in our
Possibly,
list.
yes.
I think so. Okay, so let's flip a coin. See who goes first.
So, heads, you go first. Tails, I go first.
Mm-hmm.
Heads, you're going first
I'm
again.
going first. Okay.
Number 5.
So number 5. So this is Knives Out from Radiohead's best album. What are your
This is one of my 3 favourites on that album.
Oh, on that album, I was gonna.
No. As in, I love. This is one of my favorites on Amnesiac.
I see.
Yes, I love it.
Where would you place it on your?
It wouldn't be in my. It wouldn't be in my top 10.
It wouldn't even be in your.
But
top
that's
10.
just a personal.
Okay.
But again, it's this is still an amazing song.
Have you seen the music video?
The Michel Gondry music video. Of course, I have. Yes.
It's excellent.
Yes.
I want you to know.
I really like because the guitar, it's very it drives the song forward. So for me, the song is always on the move because of those guitars.
I think even though Amnesia is not my favorite Radiohead album, the strength it has for me over other Radiohead albums is just as a personal preference is that there's so much jazz influence in the way songs are arranged, and I love jazz.
Yeah.
And you can hear it in the percussion.
Oh, the percussion for sure. Yeah.
Were you disappointed when we went to see the film Knives Out that this wasn't the theme song?
No, we didn't expect it.
I was.
There are how many guitars are there in this song?
I mean, there's a few, and they've got 3 guitarists. So it's always very layered.
I mean, to be honest, it just sounds, no matter how many there are, it sounds like there are so many in this because they're just such a
I think it's
full sound in there. I think this album is the best that Tom sounds.
What, as in vocally?
Yeah. Not that his vocals are at the highest skill level or anything, but just simply because the tone and the way he uses his voice in this album, I think, goes extremely well with the music.
It does. I would disagree, but it does.
Why do you disagree?
Because I'm not going to say it, but you know what my favourite Radiohead album is.
Yeah?
And I think his vocals on there are just...
Okay.
But we'll get to that.
Okay.
Yes.
Your number 5, please, sir.
My number 5. Cool. I had to... I've been rearranging these for a hot minute, so... this is my number 5.
Okay. So why is this your number 5 then?
I think, obviously, it's the first song. It's the first song on Kid A, and this was the second Radiohead album I'd heard. So In Rainbows was the first one. Then I got to Kid A,
which is the most experimental one.
Yeah, and so obviously, because at that point in time when I was 15, I didn't know how eclectic the sound was because I'd only heard In Rainbows.
Right.
And then I got to Kid A, I was like, oh yeah, this is the same band, fam. What's going on? And I fell in love with everything about the song. I don't know what instrument, specific keyboard plug-in that is, but the tone is just so...
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, it's so...
To be honest, the thing I like the most is the I can't replicate it.
Oh,
the
backmaster vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
Do you know what? I think this is an example of how democratic a band Radiohead are. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. Elaborate.
So, if an idea for a song is strong enough, it's not like I don't know. Johnny's not there being like, no, but I have to be on this song. I have to have my guitar solo, or like feels like I have to do some crazy drum fills.
Yeah.
If the song is good enough on its own, not everyone has to be doing everything.
Right. Yeah.
Like, and I feel like that's a rarity with bands because like everyone wants their moment to shine on every single song.
Yeah.
But that's not necessarily how
and
Radiohead
plus they're
work.
British and they're very polite.
Yes.
For the longest time, I did not know
what he was saying.
I thought it was something animal. Like I just didn't know what the fuck he was saying.
I love when he says lemon.
Lemon.
No, the last lemon.
Oh, the last one. Okay.
I woke up sucking
It's just all the layered vocals doing the weird like electronic stuff.
And just the way
That's what really makes the song,
all
I think.
builds, but it's like it's deceiving you because it sounds like it's going to be like super climactic, and it's not.
And it's not. Yeah.
I like wow.
It's like what a Wurlitzer or something maybe.
Yeah.
It's just such a vibe, isn't
Yeah.
it?
And I love the lyric where he says, "There are two colors in my head." It's like one of my favorite lyrics on the album.
What does that mean for you?
For me, it's like the simplest way to distill the idea of like pure paranoia and anxiety.
Okay.
But it's just like it's so simple, but it like conveys so much. Just there are two colors in my head. There are two completely dueling forces going on in my head.
Do you think it's like about like black and white thinking?
Maybe.
I know a lot of people suffer with that.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is my number 4.
Oh, what's this fucking song called again?
You don't know what it is?
I know it's Amnesiac. Is it?
No, it's not Amnesia.
It's not.
No.
What is it?
See, this is why you're not a fan of these albums,
No.
because you haven't listened to them.
Oh my god, I have. I've listened to every single fucking album.
This is There There
Oh,
from
There
Hell
There.
to the Thief,
Okay.
which is my third favourite Radiohead
Your third
album.
favourite radio album?
The way I rank the albums, right? Amnesiac, Kid A,
Yeah.
Hail to the Thief,
Yeah.
In Rainbows, OK Computer.
That's top 5.
Yeah, that's just how I rank them.
My top 5
It's
is
completely different, I know.
In Rainbows,
Yeah,
Kid A,
yeah.
OK Computer, A Moonshaped Pool. Then The Bends.
So you don't even have Amnesiac
Then
there.
Amnesiac. Then Hail to the Thief.
Okay,
then Kingdoms.
whatever.
But I still love the album, man.
Okay, this is There There. Mostly the drums.
The drums are
amazing.
crazy, yeah.
This has got the same sort of thing. Obviously, I'm a fan of it, of the like driving guitar. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
Yeah, that riff is crazy.
I love the thing that all the instruments and everything going on is great, but the thing that I put at the top, I think, is the lyrics.
The lyrics.
Yeah, I love it. When I was a kid, I was fucking really loved it.
What about the lyrics you love so much?
It's very poetic, and it's also very depressing.
Like every Radiohead song.
Yes, but I think this elevates it like a bit. It's like a bit more.
Mhm.
I remember like my art projects at school. I used to do these really angsty like portraits of me in the forest.
What, because
and
of this
stuff,
album?
and I would like write the lyrics to this all over it. And I like just because you feel it doesn't mean it's there.
That's facts.
Facts.
Just 'cause you feel it doesn't mean it's there.
It's literally like the opposite of, you know, when people try to tell you just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not real.
Right.
It's just a complete
It's
180
the
on that,
180, yeah. Because this album's very political. It was
I
very
think it's the
politically
most
charged.
overtly political album.
Yeah, it's literally called Hail to the Thief.
Yeah.
So I think this is probably to do with anxiety, to do with that.
Yeah.
And they were very like politically charged.
Yeah. I mean, this was just like in a couple of years after 9/11. So.
Right, yeah. Can I show you my favourite bit?
Yes, you can show me your favourite bit. Quick sidebar. I actually heard a song from this album way back when I was like probably like 8 or 9. I didn't
Which
know.
one?
I can never pronounce it. It's one of my favourites on the album.
Mixomatosis.
Mixomatosis.
That's a banger.
It is a banger because it was on FIFA. It was on one of the FIFAs.
Was it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
And obviously I didn't know what the fuck Radiohead was
Like,
back then.
wow, 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 wow. It's very like visceral.
Yeah.
I remember as a kid I was like, oh, but it's great. So it's kind of the song is kind of in three parts. So there's the first part that's very kind of like it introduces the themes, whatever, and then this bit is like the breakdown bit where it's like building and it's all yeah, and then they repeat all the lyrics and whatever. It's obviously like the anxiety building it's supposed to represent, and then they have the thing where they go fucking crazy. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, song goes crazy.
It does go crazy.
It does go crazy.
You have the end. Okay.
I would say that's one of the best on that album. I would say my favorite is Go to Sleep.
Go to Sleep is a good one. It's a similar kind of thing
Yeah,
with the driving guitars. Yeah.
Okay.
I really like A Wolf at the Door. That might have been my number 6 if we'd have done 6.
Okay. I just realised I think all of mine are really sad.
Of course they are.
Okay, so this is my number 4.
Okay.
It's a longie.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
It's so sad.
This is the music video for this is beautiful as well. Paul Thomas Anderson, beautiful. It really like personified the song for me when I saw that.
Yeah. I love the piano.
It's a very slow build. This is like a Radiohead song you cry to, right?
Yeah, I've shed tears to this many a time.
Yeah. This is beautiful, but for me, it just came out too late for it to really mean something to me. Do you know what I mean?
No.
So the ones that I've chosen is because I fucked with them so heavy when I was a kid, when I was a teenager. So they really meant something to me, and I didn't listen to much else apart from Radiohead, really. Whereas this came out the same sort of time as A Colour in Anything, James Blake.
I'm pretty sure it was like this. This came out like May 2016. It came out the best year for music.
Exactly.
There was too much music in 2016.
I was already so distracted by other things. Like I'd discovered Kendrick Lamar, I'd like discovered hip hop. Like, so for me, it doesn't mean as much. But I can see why you'd put it.
I remember because I remember when I first heard this because it came out a couple of days after Burn the Witch.
Right. Yeah.
And I remember I was at uni and I put it up on my TV because the first time it dropped with the music video.
Yeah.
And I was like, perfect revision music.
This is like a waltzing kind of rhythm, isn't it?
Yeah.
6/8.
It's 4 words and it says so much. Dreamers, they never learn.
Mm-hmm.
So like in my head, like the narrator is just like this. It's kind of like this. I imagine like this guy who's been completely like ostracized from society, and he's like formed like a severe bitterness to those people who have hopes and dreams and who are optimistic. So he's sitting in this corner. He's like, those dreamers, they never learn. You're just gonna end up like me, old and bitter.
That's a lot to get from 4 words.
That's what I hear.
You ran with that.
That's what I hear. Every time I hear that, I get an image of that person.
Yeah.
It kind of switches up. And that subtle bass. Colin, just tickling that bass.
Very subtle song.
It's very subtle.
It's very beautiful.
Yeah.
And then I really like the end where it's all reversed.
Again, it's all the backmasking shit.
Backmasking?
Like reverse vocals.
It kind of like sounds like a freaking monster.
The
first time I heard it, I was like, oh my god, what the fuck?
It sounds like the Babadook's coming as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that shit goes crazy.
Okay, so my number 3.
Your number 3, yeah.
We're gonna go to another sad song, I think.
Another sad song.
Another sad
okay.
one.
Okay, yeah. This was originally on my list.
It's just those the piano.
Yeah.
But again, like I learned how to play this on the piano when I was a kid, and it's fucking complicated. If you look at the sheet music, the rhythm is so weird, like in the way it's written out. To be honest, I don't think they wrote it out when they did it. They probably just played it by ear because it's like complicated to write out.
Well, because Tom can't read sheet music.
Can he not?
He doesn't read sheet music. He can't read sheet music.
Why?
I don't know. He doesn't need it. I mean, it's working for him.
Okay. There's kind of like echoey like voices and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it's not voices. It might be an instrument.
I think what it is, because every time I've seen them perform this live, Johnny has his guitar, but is like playing it with a bow.
Oh yeah.
And you
he
get all
always-
those like
he always does that.
spindly string
Yeah.
noises, which kind of sound like human voices.
So he's like, I don't know if it's later, but he was doing that thing where he would like tune into different radio stations and stuff like that, right? But it sounds like voices, which is like goes along with what the lyrics are,
Yeah.
doesn't it? How can you not say that his voice is the most effective on this album?
It's amazing. This is one of my favorite Radiohead songs.
No one else could have sung these songs.
No, of course not. No, I'm fully in agreement with you.
Okay,
here.
good. I just wanted to fight you. And we know that the best part is when the drums kick in.
Dun,
Let's,
dun.
I love this one. What is this?
But it's something Johnny's doing.
Something like it's in
Yeah.
space or underwater.
Yeah, well, it's
or...
because that lends itself to the lyrics because he's talking about astral planes and I jumped into a river.
Yeah, in the boat.
Yeah.
I didn't even realise. I probably said that subconsciously.
Jumped in a river, what did I see? Doesn't make sense.
Because it doesn't, because the rhythm of the piano, so the drums are just going...
Yeah, but it makes
Like
it sound
the-
like the drums are...
It's either way, they're not quite
Yeah.
going. They're in the same time signature,
Yeah.
but they're like a little bit out,
Still
which makes
fucking
it
works.
like the jazzy stuff.
Yeah.
Like I love this album
Yeah.
because of all the jazzy stuff. It starts like layering his voice as
Yeah,
well.
and this is one of the songs where it's most overtly just concerned with the idea of the non-afterlife,
Right.
the no life
yeah.
after death.
Yeah. Amazing.
Okay, I've got a quick sidebar. Which Morning Bell do you prefer?
Kiddos.
Okay, cool, correct answer. Okay, so this is my number 3. This is my number 3. Again, it's a sad one. These are all fucking sad.
I mean, it's Radiohead.
No, but this is like
so-
if you were gonna choose like 5 saddest Radiohead songs, I think this one would be in there.
I associate this with the fucking death scene in Romeo and Juliet. It's literally the
Yeah, because it was written
exit
for it was
music
written
it.
for
It's
Romeo and
literally the
Juliet.
credit,
Yeah.
yeah. It's interesting that you have a song from OK Computer in your top 5.
I love OK Computer.
back and
Do you
get
remember when they used this in Black
dressed.
Mirror? At the end of Shut Up and Dance.
Oh, my least favourite Black Mirror.
One of the best
episode.
Black Mirror episodes. At the end,
Fighting
when all the stuff about him
Right.
comes out, it
So they're
just
putting
hit
a whole
hard.
new meaning on this.
Yeah, because there's a whole group of people now who the first time they heard that was through
Oh, I see.
Black Mirror, and then they associate with that, which
Yeah.
is just as bleak.
Yeah.
Oh hell.
I think the kick in
Yeah.
part, because obviously they do that a lot where they have it like very subdued and then it kicks the fuck in
Yeah.
and goes crazy.
Yeah.
This is one of the most like obvious ones. Like they
Yeah.
go from one extreme to the absolute.
And I
other
love the
extreme.
fact that before he kicks in, he just says "Before all hell breaks loose," and then the song "All hell breaks
Yeah,
loose."
yeah. I remember once when I went to Edinburgh Fringe, we went to see a musical comedian
Mm-hmm.
who like incorporates songs into their act.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like Tim Minchin and stuff do it. And I remember he was saying he went to a Radiohead gig and like the way and this was OK Computer era, and then the way they ended the gig was to be like, "We hope that you choke. Good night, everyone." And then it was just
That's amazing.
like really weird. It's like choir. I mean, it's a keyboard choir, but it's
It might be they
Fucking
recorded
angelic.
this album in a fucking cathedral.
hang on, let me listen properly.
Keep breathing.
I mean, I think that's on a keyboard.
I don't know.
Unless they recorded the choir and then fucking like quantized the
Yeah,
sound
yeah.
and like made it, yeah.
Sing
I love all the ambient shit in the background.
us a song.
That fucking guitar.
This is a synth,
It's
isn't it?
I don't know if it's a bass
Not
that
sure
they
what it
fucked
is.
with, or it's a synth, or it's a guitar. I don't know what it is, but
But it's a real powerful
Yeah.
sound. Okay, so this is my number 2.
Your runner-up. I think I know what it...
I don't think you know. This is going to be left field.
I think I know what it is, but I might be wrong.
Fuck you.
Did you like that? Do you know what I always think about this? It always sounds like when you first hear the guitars, it sounds like you're about to watch like a country film or something like in Texas. That's what I hear. You know,
I have never
if you're
once
just
heard
listening, if
that.
you're just listening to the guitars in the opening,
ruined this song.
if you're
for
just
me.
listening to, but then the drums sound like some like hip hop drums.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel like this song is so lit. Like it's so underrated as a
I think it is a
Radiohead song.
underrated song. Yeah.
Like the strong bass. Yeah, and like the drums are hip hop inspired for sure, but it's so lit.
It is.
I feel like people should be sampling the shit out of this song. That comes in as well.
Or the hi-hat.
I mean, it doesn't really sound like a hi-hat.
What do you think?
It just sounds like a electronic sound, but it sounds like deflating. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm surprised you don't like this more because the groove to it. There's a.
I don't not like this song. There are just some I like more. Put it
This has got a groove.
I know there's nothing wrong with this song at all. It's amazing. It's an amazing song.
That's fair. See? It's deflating,
Yeah, I don't know what
right? That song is so lit to me, and it just like hasn't aged. That is a timeless song.
I agree.
If anything, it was ahead of its time back then, and now it's more current. You know
Now
what
it's
I'm saying?
contemporary.
Yeah. Okay, so you're number 2.
Cool. I'm surprised that Life in a Glass House wasn't on your list.
It's up there.
Okay.
This is the thing though, like obviously most of my list is Amnesiac because Amnesiac, my favourite album, it's got the best songs on it for me. But I didn't want all 5 of my songs to be from Amnesiac.
I mean, that's why, like, you know, well, now I'm getting to the best of the best. So it's runner-up from the actual best Radiohead album.
Interesting that you chose 15 Steps.
I love this song.
I know, but like,
What?
what about like Reckoner or like?
That is like my joint favourite album ever made. So every song is amazing. Every song's
yeah.
amazing.
Okay.
The drums go crazy.
You know what I think of when I hear this song though?
You think of Twilight, don't
I
you?
think of Twilight. I wish I didn't.
Watch how warm the guitars are. They're so warm.
Warm?
Do you know what I mean?
What makes them warm?
I don't know. They warm me up. They're so like they're so subtle,
Yeah.
and they just fill me with joy.
Okay.
This is it. What? This is in 5/4.
Are you sure?
I think it might be.
Hang on, let me try and count. You were right, yeah.
Ah,
Which is 5 is a multiple of 15.
15 step,
Yeah.
and also 15 steps. Then the shit drop.
So where are these 15 steps?
15 steps is in the gallows when you go to hang.
Oh.
15 steps.
There are
then
15 of those steps.
apparently so. It's dark, but it sounds happy, but it's not. He says it comes to us all. It's soft as a pillow, as in death.
Yeah,
It comes to
they
us
talk
all,
about death a
but it's
lot.
soft as a pillow. As in, you don't even know it's coming. Once it's done, it's done. That's it. Finito.
All right, let's not
Sorry.
start crying.
Wait. That's my favourite bit about to come.
Amazing. And that was what, the first on the album?
That's the
wasn't
first
it?
on the album. That's my...
You've got a couple of openers on your list.
Yeah, that's my favourite, like, drum arrangement in a song ever. Like, drums are going
Yeah. But for me, that's Reckoner for me.
I can't go that high, but... Yeah, that's...
But like the drums in Reckoner
amazing.
are crazy, yeah. Okay, so my number 1.
I think you've told me before what your favourite one is, so...
Yes.
And
This is the saddest.
it is one of the
Radiohead
saddest
song.
songs ever made.
Please play this at my funeral.
That sounds like. Okay, now I'm gonna hear you. What?
What? What is making those sounds?
I don't know. It sounds like a whale. But one of my favorite bits, again, Colin has a tendency. His bass is usually so subtle. It's when it starts to doom 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 doom, and it's like just in the distance.
Everything's in
Apart
the distance
from
because this is someone dying.
Yeah, apart from the bass on the national anthem, that's not subtle.
No, it's not this song though. I genuinely think this is the most beautiful piece of popular music ever written.
I mean, you have something in common with Tom York as well.
Because Tom York says no, he didn't. He said it's his like favorite thing that he's ever made.
Yeah, the most beautiful thing that they've ever made.
Yeah, he's not saying that anyone's ever made. He's not like that. He's British. Let me play you my favorite bit.
I know it.
I'm gonna point when it's the bit. Okay, I'm gonna point.
Yeah. The ending of this song kind of reminds me of Daydreaming as well.
Yeah. And then this bit when it walks rocks out. There are like so many in like a song about death. Like there's so many like euphoric moments, like little tiny euphoric moments, like in it.
But
it's bleak as fuck, and then you've got these little moments.
But it's almost like how I hear it is like it sounds like it's about to get euphoric, and then something like dissonant comes in, and it's like what I imagine is like the feeling of death because you. Like,
I mean, but they say that you get a high just
Exactly.
before you, like the moment of death.
Yeah, so it's like both. Like it's that high, but also the
Yeah.
realization that you're about to die
I mean, sure.
at the same time.
I mean, yeah. Do you think this is where my existential dread comes from? It's very
Fuck you,
possible.
Radiohead. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top quality choice.
I've cried to that song more than I've cried to any other song.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it? Okay. I think you know what this is. This is my favourite song ever made.
Yeah, I
My
know.
favourite song ever
Yeah, I
made.
know.
It's the best song ever made.
Which is a really left field choice. I don't think you're going to find many people that this is their favourite song.
Well, fuck them then. Again, it's the bass.
Is it just the bass? There
No,
must
but
be
it's
several
everything about it.
reasons.
But like the way the bass comes in is so smooth.
Very smooth, yeah. Do you see how much this has in common with, like, Knives Out, Go to Sleep,
This,
like,
yeah.
all of that era?
Yeah. I do hear it, yeah.
Yeah, the driving guitar and drum.
Yes.
Do you still listen to this every day?
I listen to this most days I can. Since the first day I heard it.
Like, once a day?
Yeah, if I'm in a position where I can,
Yeah.
I will.
There's always, like, a minute before they start singing. Always. It's different because... It's interesting because, so you've got the drum going... like very constantly, so it makes you want to do this.
Yeah.
But then at the same time, the guitar makes you want to
it's very
sway.
meditative.
Yeah, so I don't know which to do. Which
do
do
both.
you do?
I do both. I'm like,
I like it when the like echoey voices in the background.
Oh,
that's the call and response. That
it's Ed. That's Ed.
Is it? I just
That's
assumed it was Tom again.
That's Ed.
Are you sure that's Ed? It sounds like
It's
Tom.
Ed. It's Ed. 'Cause every live performance I've seen of them.
Yeah, because Tom can't sing and then go "Ah!" like that would be
it's
crazy.
Ed. It's Ed. The voice is different. The tone of the voice is different. That's so bleak.
Well, that's lyrics specifically.
Everybody leaves if they get the chance.
Right. Okay. Cool. But really, like, our top 5 could have been any 5 Radiohead songs, really.
It could have been.
I mean, not Creep or anything.
Creep's a fucking banger.
I can't even remember that. It's
Pablo
got Pablo
Honey.
Honey, that's it.
I was. You know,
Anything apart from that is fair.
I had apart from because I know Weird Fishes is always number one. Apart from that, I had so many different configurations.
Really?
I had Reckoner in there.
Yeah.
I had House of Cards in there.
Okay.
House of Cards
Interesting.
is.
See, mine, I just went with my instincts. And I just went bam, 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 done.
I think lyrically, like not in terms of the whole song, but lyrically, I think House of Cards is like my favorite written
Okay,
Radiohead
interesting.
song. Yeah, but
Okay.
It is what it is.
Let us know in the comments below what your favourite Radiohead songs are.
Make sure to like, subscribe, and dong the bell.
We'll see you next time.
Bye.